All right, boom. Hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. Today is Thursday. It is June 10th, 2021, 12:30 California time. It's a beautiful day. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about marketing, right? And we're going to talk about marketing plan, how to plan. Now, because I'm an author, this particular training is specifically for people who are marketing their books and their book products, which include digital downloads. So if you are in a different kind of industry that does not include books or digital downloads, then this actual presentation may not be appropriate for you. So just keep that in mind. Welcome to the marketing plan. Notice there's a picture at the bottom and it shows a person with a megaphone, because basically marketing is about you getting the word out and being loud and proud about what it is that you do, right? Notice there's also a person that has a phone and they're clicking on the phone, and there's somebody that has a computer, somebody has a tablet, and then somebody has a little light bulb with a dollar sign in it. So this basically represents your customers. They are going to learn about you. They're going to hear about you because of whatever you said or whatever somebody else said. Then they're going to research you. They're going to look up what it is that you do, look up your products. And then if they like you and they trust you, right? You have to have the know, like, and trust factor. Then they're going to buy from you eventually. And it may not be today. It may not be a year from now. It may be 5 years from now. But the thing is, keep a plan and stick with your plan. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Boom. So here's what you're going to need. We're going to do a little bit of math. I know, math, a little bit of math, because it has something to do with money. So you're going to need a calculator, you're going to need a calendar, you're going to need a pen, and you're going to need some paper, because the stuff I'm going to share with you, you definitely want to keep, and you want to refer back to it as you go through and plan your marketing strategies. Okay, so we're going to talk about planning. We're going to talk about book products. We're going to talk about launching your book, because there's a lot behind that word launching. We're going to talk about email marketing. We're going to talk about event marketing, and we're going to talk about your sales funnel. So this training is packed with a lot, and I'm going to break down each one of these concepts for you. And you're definitely going to need to go back through this recording again and again, because as you go through your business, the next couple of months, your business is going to change, and you're going to have to come back here and refer to this information, because you're going to be looking at your business from a different set of eyes as you go through the weeks and the months and the years. Okay. All right, so I want to define what a book is, okay? Because the definition of a book has changed. A book is a paperback book that you hold in your hand, right? Traditional book. A book is an ebook that you read on a device. A book is an audio book that you listen to with headset or with little ear pods in your ear, or you can listen to audiobooks in your car while you're driving, right? And then the definition of a book is also includes digital downloads, which for me and my clients, these are PDFs that you make in Canva. Okay, Canva is my friend. I think it is still free 99 to get started. And so, yeah, if you create a PDF that is a checklist, that counts as a book product. If you have worksheets, workbooks, journals, calendars, planners, even slideshows, this slideshow is available in a PDF format. And at some point, this very training will become a product, right? And I will be putting it inside of my course so that it can make me money in the future. All right, so let's play a little game. We're gonna just talk about somebody named Sally. Sally, let's just pretend Sally is someone who's very close to you. She could either be your sister, she could be your friend, she could be your cousin, but Sally is somebody that you've known and you care about, and you're there to support her in everything that she does. So let's just get an image, close your eyes. and envision the Sally, whoever it is. It could be, you could give it somebody else, different name, Sabrina. I'm just going to say Sally. All right, so you care about her, right? This is a metaphor for how marketing works. So Sally is an expert marketer. Sally is a party planner. Sally is getting ready to get married, right? She's having a wedding and she's planning her wedding and she's got people helping her, and you are her maid of honor, right? So you're going to help Sally. You're going to be there every step of the way. You're going to contribute to her life emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Okay. So remember what I said. You're going to contribute to her life spiritually, physically, emotionally, and financially. Same thing for your clients. When they get to know you, they're going to start to invest in you physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Okay. So it's not just that we want to think about financial, but that's where you're going to end up with your clients. They're going to end up investing in your company financially, but there is a lot of emotions that are going to take place before they release the funds. Okay. So she has a bridal shower and you're going to go to the bridal shower, of course, because you're her maid of honor. You're probably going to help her buy a few things. You're going to help her plan a few things. There's a lot that you're going to help her do because you're her right hand girl, right? Then she's going to have a housewarming party. And again, you are right there. And so you trust each other. You know each other. You love each other. She's going to count on you. You're going to count on her and vice versa, right? Then she's going to have a baby shower because she's going to have her first baby. So you're going to be right there with her. You're going to be hanging in there. Then her baby is Sophia. Sophia's going to pop out. You're going to help her with that first birthday. You're probably going to get her a gift. You're probably going to help plan her first birthday party. Depending on, if you guys are still close, you're probably still going to be close, right? Now, Sophia's going to have birthdays from year 1 all the way up to year 18. She's going to have a lot of birthdays. And if you guys are still friends and you haven't fallen out, you're going to be there for every last one of them. Sophia is going to be graduating, right? So she's going to graduate kindergarten. She's going to graduate first grade, second grade. She's going to graduate high school. She's going to graduate college. Hey, Delshana, go ahead and mute yourself. We just got started. She's going to graduate and you're going to be there and you're going to invest in her life. You're going to invest in her life financially, physically, emotionally, and you're going to be there the whole time. So that is a metaphor for the relationship that you will build with your clients, that you will build with your readers, your community, right? They're ride or die. They're your day one. They're there with you. They're going to invest in you financially, spiritually, emotionally, and trust me now, finances are attached to emotions, and lots of people buy for emotional reasons. And so that's why I'm giving you this illustration, because the relationship that you have with Sally and Sophia is very similar to the relationship that you're going to develop with your readers, because they're going to be buying your book and they're going to be promoting your book and they're going to be buying whatever it is that you come out with next. So think about this metaphor later on when I start getting into the email sequences and all the nitty-gritty stuff. I'm going to always circle back to your relationship with Sally, because it's a metaphor for the relationship that you develop with your readers. All right. Okay, now Sally's daughter Sophia is going to get married. You're going to be there to support her if you guys are still friends. So let's do a quick little math problem. So if you go to 30 events for Sophia and the average cost of the gift is $20, if you add up all the moments of her life that you were there, you probably are going to invest somewhere between $600 and $1,000 in Sophia's life over her lifetime. And that's conservative, right? So think of this as your readers. If they're with you for the duration, and they love what you promote and your mission, they're going to be there to invest every single time you tell them there's an event, there's a product. They're going to be interested because they care about you, right? All right, so now let's talk about your plan. This is where you need a pen. This is where you need a piece of paper, and I will give you about 30 seconds to get yourself settled in, because this is the writing part. All right, so here's your plan. This is how you are going to take your readers and you're going to convert them. This is what we mean by conversion. So the first 3 months in my course, this is what I teach for the new authors. If you're an advanced author, you're steps ahead of this, but the plan is actually going to be the same. So you're going to spend about 3 months writing, editing, and publishing your book, really polishing the manuscript, make sure it looks good, right? The fourth month, you're going to promote. Okay. Now, if you already have books out, then you can just start right at the promotion. You're definitely going to do some pre-sales, and you're going to collect reviews from the pre-sales. Okay. That's going to probably lead you into some speaking opportunities that people ask you to go to, or you're going to create some, right? If you're doing live, that's a speaking event. If you're doing a Zoom meeting like this Zoom meeting, this is a speaking event. If someone has you come into a summit that they created and they let you get on the stage, that is a speaking event. That is amazing. What the speaking event does for you is two things. Number one, it gives you visibility. Number two, it gives you an opportunity to build your list. All right. So you got to make sure before you do your speaking engagements that you have a place where people can buy from you, and you have something that they're going to buy from you. Or you can have a freebie in order to get the emails, okay? So you could literally start this plan, this 12-month plan, with 0 people on your email list, and you will be so surprised at how many people you have at the end of 12 months, okay? On the 9th month, you want to start looking for people who have audiences that are bigger than yours, and you want to start collaborating again, so that you can offer their audience a freebie, and the freebie is going to capture when they turn in their email, your freebie is going to come out like a bubblegum machine, right? Put the quarter in, bubblegum comes out. Put the email in, right? Put the freebie comes out. So the 9th month is all about collaboration. Now look at month 10, 11, and 12. Selling, selling, selling. That's when you are just going to go through a period of laser focus on selling. Okay. This is the strategy that I teach people, because it gets you out of the mindset of everything's going to happen in the next 90 days. Not everything's going to happen in the next 90 days. You have to set up your business in cycles. You hear people talking about the quarter report. How did we do in this quarter? What's happened in this quarter? Well, that's the first 3 months of the year, then the second 3 months of the year, and then the third 3 months of the year, and then the fourth 3 months of the year. Those are quarters. We got quarterly reports. We got quarterly goals. Okay. Now I'm going to let you process this while I get somebody to answer my door. All right, any questions? This is a good checkpoint right here. Questions, questions. Okay, cool. No questions yet. Okay, so this is your plan. Whew, now, how are we going to get these people to convert? Here we go. We're going to do a launch. Okay. Launch means straight to the moon, Alice. Launch is a huge deal. For me, launch is 3 events back to back to back. It's a sales sprint. It is a, what else do I call it? It's a sales sprint. It's a momentum builder. It is, you literally, you're going to be kind of in a frenzy, especially if you don't really take time to plan it right. A lot of things can go wrong. And I know I've thrown a lot of spaghetti at the wall and a lot of it didn't stick. So this is the most efficient thing, the most efficient way to plan your launch, according to what I've seen. Okay, so the first thing we do is pre-sale for the beta readers and the VIPs, right? So these are people, you charge them $5 or $1 for your ebook. And in exchange for getting that dollar, so cheap, right? You ask them to please write a review. Please give me feedback. Because at this stage, there's a possibility that if there's a huge error, they can identify it and you can fix it and republish it before it is out in the public arena, okay? So the pre-sale for the beta readers and the VIPs, like this is for your cousin, Sally. This is like for your best friend. This is like for your co-workers, people who know you, love you, trust you anyway. So they're gonna be honest with you because they love you, okay? Number 2, this is the launch party, the actual either virtual party or in-person party where people get the link to buy the book, right? So this is just general audience. The third one is the book signing. This is where you go to the library. I've been to the library multiple times, or you go to the bookstore whenever they open again, and you sit there and you do a book signing, and you've got to plan this with the bookstore months in advance. So this makes you organized, right? So if you know your book is coming out in August or September or October, you start calling now and saying, can I set up a book signing? 2 reasons why you do that. Number 1, it keeps you organized. Number 2, it holds you accountable. Because if you've called a place and you've set up an event, you're not going to flake out at the last minute because sometimes you got to pay for this stuff. Sometimes it's free. Libraries have been good to me. They've let me do things for free. They've let me sell books at events at the library without having to pay. So hook up with your local library. All right, you tell them something like, if you're on time, you get my signature. If you're not on time, I can't guarantee the signature because the line gets long. Offer a raffle prize like a bookmark or something to go along with your book. Offer it. Offer book bundles. If you have other books available, then make sure you have those books stacked up on the table. You offer them a bundle so they get multiple books from you, right? So those are the 3 events that you're going to do. Book signing. Okay, let me go back real quick to the previous. The launch party and the pre-sale event. Pre-sale event might be just a little Zoom meeting or something. Yeah, pre-sale. Do something special for the VIPs who come in early. Okay, here's some average prices. And if you guys have your workbook for my class, I think in your workbook, it is on page 43 is market research. Yeah. So the average price of an ebook, most people like paying anywhere from $2 to $4, right? The paperback, usually 20 bucks. Audiobook is usually 10 bucks, unless it's 50 cents. Then it might be more, or unless it's Michelle Obama audio book, that's going to be more, right? For your regular authors like us, it'll be 10 bucks. Workbooks, journals, courses and coaching is where you eventually want to end up, because your readers are going to want to become your clients once they get into learning exactly what you're about, right? So these are just some average prices. You could find books that are higher, find books that are lower. This is just to kind of give you a ballpark on what you should be charging, and what's out there in the marketplace. And the prices for the courses and the coaching, those prices are going up rapidly. The other prices are staying pretty steady. And so that's why I always tell people, if you can write a book, you can do a course. If you can do a course, you can do a coaching program. So get your prices up, get your money up, y'all. Get your money up. All right, beta readers. Here's the deal about beta readers. They're usually, if you're gonna get, especially if you give people pieces of your book for free, you can do that. I've done that. If you charge like $1 or $2, whatever. The point is, give them like the first 3 chapters so they can read it and give you feedback and reviews. They can make recommendations and they can tell you what they want more of. Now, most people skip this step and they don't do this step because it's too scary to get feedback at the very beginning when you're not really sure of what it is that you're putting out. If you do this, I promise you, I guarantee you, when your book is completely finished, it will be much higher quality because you will have already had eyeballs look at the material before you put it out, right? And you can have a coach look at it, you can have an editor look at it, you can have a friend, a cousin, a colleague look at it, but there's nothing like actually having a group of 10 to 15 to 20 readers sit around in a circle and give you feedback. Nothing like that. If you do that, the product you put out is going to be so much more high quality. If you don't do this, then you're kind of going to be guessing, right? And these are people who have time on their hands to read. These are people who love reading. These are people that are in book clubs. These are people who are retired, right? These are people who are teachers during the summer and have nothing else to do. So be strategic when you ask for reviews and recommendations, and make sure these people are in your target market, target audience. Because I had an author come to me yesterday and tell me somebody gave her a really negative review. And it was like, wow, it really hurt, right? Come to find out, as I asked more questions, that person wasn't even in her target audience. So she shouldn't have even been sharing that information with that person anyway, because they don't care, right? People who care are going to really be interested and they're going to pay for your book. All right, so you're going to do a campaign. This is what your campaign is going to look like. Let's just pretend like you're going to publish your book on April 1st, okay? Then your pre-sales, you might want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room and start your pre-sales on May 1st, just in case something's wrong with publication, just in case the formatting is off, give yourself 30 days, right? Then you want to plan your party somewhere around May 15th-ish, okay? Then you want to do your book signing. So if you know your book is going to be published on April 1st, you know you want to do a book signing on May 30th. You need to get on the phone and start calling people and say, can you help me with this event on this day? And just start getting that stuff organized. Organization is your friend. Unorganization leads to stress, hysteria, panic, and very little sales, okay? So then you do your speaking events, right? So now you've got your book is up, it's available for purchase, you've done your pre-sales, you've done your launch party, you've done your book signing, now you're about to step on the stage. Whoa, now you got something to sell, you got something to say. People will know you, love you, trust you from hearing your voice. And they're either going to go buy or they're going to get on your email list and take something for free. But either way, you got their email, right? You got their email. You're going to get the email because they're going to want the freebies. All right, so here's a checkpoint. This is a little pause point. I'm going to actually ask you guys to put some questions in the chat about what I just went through. That was really, really fast. And so I'm going to pause and drink some water. Yes, yes, good question. Should we do pre-sales before the book is printed? Absolutely. If you guys were to go back into any of my social media posts, there's a post about Jackie Phillips. She wrote a book called The Upward Climb Toward Faith. I helped her write that book. She created her Facebook community before she printed the book, published the book. So she already had a group of like 200 people before the book was even printed. She gave away bookmarks for free. No, anybody who got a pre-sale order, she gave them the bookmark for free, right? But it came with the pre-sale order. She also did a chapter of her audiobook before the paperback was done. And so I helped her come up with a strategic plan for success. And so it was smooth as a baby's butt. I don't even know. I haven't got the report yet about how much she made, but she did really well with her. When the paperback was printed, people were already on the edge of their seat waiting because we had also already had the launch party on Zoom, and she had probably 50 to 60 people in the Zoom room, and they were just listening to her talk. And so she had the ebook on Amazon for 99 cents. So she told everybody, go to Amazon. While we were at the party, go to Amazon, get it for 99 cents. And people were typing in the chat, boom, I just got it. I just got it, right? So that boosted her on the algorithm on Amazon because there was a spike in sales that day. So Amazon's like, what's going on? Hey, you got some sales. Oh, this is a new book. This is a new release. She was #1 in the new releases probably for like 3 days. So this strategy, I'm telling you, this is powerful. Don't worry about when that book gets printed. The book is done when you have the idea and you put it in your outline, right? When you put your ideas in that outline and you tell the universe, I have a book, it's on the outline, that book is done. I want you to think of it that way. It's done. It's not going to be no delays because you're not going to let it delay. So she sold the ebook on Amazon for 99 cents. She also pre-sold 2 chapters of her audiobook, which she was actually recording her audiobook while I was editing her paperback. So that's how we work in tandem like that. So she pre-sold, I forgot how much she said she charged for her audiobook, but she pre-sold the audiobook. The paperback didn't come out until 3 weeks later. So when the paperback came out, people were on the edge of their seat waiting to get, and they were asking her, when do I get my paperback? And it's exciting. It's good. You just tell them it's coming, like the movie's coming, the concert is coming, it's coming. So when they got it, they were excited. So always pre-sale before you let that paperback go, because people are going to be on the edge of their seat. You want to build momentum, right? And if it does get delayed for some reason, we did have formatting issues. We are just open and honest, and we communicate, and we just sent out an email, which I'm going to get into the emails later. We just sent out an email that said, okay, guys, it's taking a little bit longer than we expected. Don't worry, the paperback is coming. In the meantime, you guys go get that audio because you can hear the first couple chapters, and go get the e-copy so you can pay 99 cents. It's only 99 cents for 7 days or 5 days or 4 days, however many days you want to run that sale. You control it. Okay. So here we go, website or landing page. Doesn't matter. You guys can pick either one. I use Squarespace for my website and I use ConvertKit for my landing page. Doesn't matter. Any place you put it, you're going to make money. I like Squarespace because I like the shopping cart, because the shopping cart is attached to Stripe. And I love Stripe because Stripe gives it pays out quick. So I always tell my clients, go to Squarespace for products. When you upload your products and people buy, go to Squarespace. But when you just want to continue to send out mass emails, ConvertKit is pretty good with sending out mass emails. And I think ConvertKit is free up to 1,000 emails. I'm not sure what it is today. You got to check that out. But anyway, Squarespace, ConvertKit, that's what I'm going to be talking about in the next couple slides. Okay, so here's what happens. I want you to write these words down. Nobody teaches this. Or if they do, they make you pay hundreds of dollars for this. You are going to create what's called an email sequence. The email sequence is a part of a service called automation. If you do it on ConvertKit or MailChimp, these are the words that they use. So if you need help, all you do is go to YouTube and you type in, how do I create an email sequence in ConvertKit or whatever, if you want to use MailChimp. MailChimp is different. You pick whatever type you want to use, but the keywords are email sequence and automation. All right, so this is how you set up your sales funnel, okay? You set up a series of emails. On this particular example, it's 11 emails. This is very effective. If you can get this set up to automatically run, it's highly effective. So the first one is, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you joined my community or that you downloaded my freebie. Welcome to the community, right? That's the first email. Welcome. So if they come in today, they're going to get a welcome. If they come in August and they've never met you before, the first email is going to be a welcome. It's going to be set up automatically. Welcome. Doesn't matter what day it is, right? The second email that they get from you is an introduction. Hello, by the way, my name's Latasha. I do self-publishing. If you need any support with writing, learning how to write your book, publish your book, blah, 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 that's what you need to expect from me because that's who I am, right? The third email is something educational, something that is of value, something free, okay? You're going to say something like, you know what, did you know that there are over 3 million authors on Amazon.com, and most of those books get buried within the first 30 days. So it's really important if you're an author and you want to stand out, you really need to do these 3 things, right? So you're going to do something educational. 3 tips is really good. That's the third email. So they've ignored the first one. They've ignored the second one. The third one is like, oh, I didn't know that. They're going to pay attention. Okay. The fourth one is going to be an invitation. By the way, every Friday night I do a webinar and it's free. Free 99. It's at 5 o'clock Pacific, blah, blah, blah. You're going to give them an invitation to something, right? Then the next one is you're going to do a follow-up email. You guys have seen these in your inbox. It's kind of annoying, but I guarantee the companies that do this consistently on autopilot, those are the companies that are making consistent sales because they're not caught up in, oh, I got to switch it up. I got to make a different. No, it's just it's an email sequence. It's automated. It works while you're asleep. You heard people say, oh, I make money in my sleep. This is how. Number 5 is the follow-up invitation. So, oh, I'm so glad that you're going to be coming to the webinar. Here's some things that you are going to learn in the webinar, just so you know, right? Then after the webinar, you're going to say, thank you for showing up, or you're going to say, oops, I'm sorry, we missed you at the webinar if they don't show up. There's a way that you figure that out within the automation. You get a list of people that didn't show up. or that didn't respond or whatever. You're going to reach out to them separate. Okay. Then you might invite them to a phone call with you. You might invite them to a video series or a challenge. It's up to you. You might do a free coaching session. It's up to you. You might email them presenting some kind of an offer. If they like the freebie, they're definitely going to like this. And then if they're ignoring and you haven't heard anything, then you're just going to be straight up and say, hey, are you still looking for help with? And if it's a yes or no answer, they're going to either say yes or they're going to say no. And then that's going to be your, oh, they are paying attention. You think people aren't paying attention, but they are paying attention and they're just deleting it or archiving it or throwing it somewhere, but they are paying attention. And if you do keep communicating, then eventually they're going to get into your sales funnel and they're going to purchase something, even if it's only a $5 ebook. Because the reason why they ended up in your sales funnel is because they asked for the freebie. They got the freebie, right? You set up a landing page. They went to the landing page. So something prompted them to be a part of your sales funnel. So eventually they're going to go from cold to warm to hot. It's just going to be a process and you don't know how long it's going to take. So just keep doing your job. Okay, this is the part, Delshana, I'm so proud of you. This is what prompted me to do this training, because I've done this training before, but I didn't add this part to it. This is the new part that I'm so glad you asked for this. So that's another thing. Don't ever create anything that people don't ask for. If they don't ask for it, they don't need it. Okay, so social media. If you have my workbook, let me see, what page is this on? I think this is on page 43. No, what are your social media numbers? How many followers do you have? How many connections do you have? It's page 41 if you have the workbook, the Your First Book workbook, 41. Yeah, so keep track. I have a space in there where you write down your social media numbers. I track my numbers every day. But when you get in the habit, though, you need to start every week. Set a timer Sunday night at 6. I got to check my social media numbers, because I guarantee when you start becoming more visible, your numbers are going to go up drastically. Sometimes they're going to double. And you're going to be like, whoa, because you're doing what you're supposed to do. All right. So if there's a holiday, make sure you have a special. Okay, this is where email marketing, email campaigning, and email automation becomes really important. You already have a calendar. You already know. That's why I told you guys, get the calendars out. You already know when Christmas is. You already know when Halloween, Thanksgiving. So just set up an automation or pay someone to set up, get a virtual assistant, pay them to set up an automation around every single major holiday, so that people hear from you 24/7, 365. That's the name of the game. They have to hear from you. If they don't hear from you, they're going to go buy a book for their auntie for Christmas from somebody else, because that other person sent them an email, right? So holidays are holy days for retailers, right? They're no longer actual holy days, like spiritual holy days. They're holy days for retailers. So if you're selling books, you're a retailer. Okay, how many people will actually open your email? If you're starting your business brand new, you might be lucky if 10% of the people open your emails. If you've been in business for 2 or more years, then you might have 20%. If you've been in business for 5 or more years, then you might have a 30% open rate. If your market is really warm and really they really know you well, then you might get 40 to 50% of people opening your emails. But just don't get discouraged if the numbers start out low and you get even a 1%. Just be glad that somebody's opening your email. Just be grateful and just keep moving. Just keep pushing. All right, so cold traffic. These are people that don't know you. These are people that have no idea where you came from or what you're about. You're going to offer them a freebie and you're going to collect their email and you're going to start inviting them to events. That is how you take the cold traffic and turn it into warm traffic. Now, once you get your warm traffic, you're going to continue to invite them to weekly webinars or monthly, whatever. It needs to be regular. You're going to send them information about your products. You're going to send them customer surveys to find out what they thought about that last ebook. You're going to offer them a free coaching session. You're going to ask them for a book review and a testimonial. The warm traffic, you're just going to engage them in however you can, just to keep them in the loop about what you do. All right, collaborations. I have a friend who does pop-up events. She's so cute. She just pops up. And a lot of my friends do this, who are makeup and eyelashes. And I love my eyelash ladies. I love my paparazzi earring ladies. I love them, my Mary Kay ladies, because they're so spontaneous and creative. And they just do pop-up events. Don't be afraid to do pop-up events. I've gotten a lot of leads from just opening up my phone and just saying, hey, happy Tuesday, I'm doing a live. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just random. I just want to say hi. I've gotten people to go to my website just because I popped up. So do pop-up events. Just this training is a pop-up training because Delshana asked the question, what do I do with these leads? Right? So I just said, let's just do a pop-up. It is what it is. Let's go. Do a joint Facebook Live, do a joint IG Live. Me and Dashala and I just did an IG Live last week, and Dilo Move came in. She's another author. So it was 3 of us on an Instagram Live. I didn't even know we could have 3 people on live talking. It was the most fun. It was just spontaneous, no plan. But of course, people were looking. They were like, oh, who is this? Who is this Dashala? She's new. They're like, oh, we know Dilo Move because, you know, we've already done collaborations together. But anyway, do collaborations, do joint webinars, do summits, podcasts, YouTube channel, random Zoom meetings. Just say, hey, guys, I'm having a Zoom meeting. Let's go. Invite somebody. Okay, do collaborations. All right, so here's talk about sales now. Conversions on low ticket items. So if you have a list of 100 people and you're selling an ebook, you'll probably get maybe 20 people to buy that ebook out of 100. And that's actually really, really good, right? So just think about this. When you're starting, the numbers are low. As you go up, the numbers go up. Okay, now this is why I always suggest that you not only offer an ebook, but you can also offer a course. And so the conversions on a high ticket item is 80 to 90% because people perceive, it's the perceived value. They perceive a course to be more valuable than a book most times. All right, high ticket items, right? You look at really expensive things. People are like, oh yeah, that costs a lot of money, so that must be really valuable. So I really need to take advantage of that, right? So I'll talk a little bit more about this later as we get into the hot market, because the hot market, those are your folks that have been with you like for years. So there's a special talk for them. All right. Now, what if your list, you don't have nobody on your list, you only have one person, right? Okay, so here's what you do. You just start wherever you are. You find the problem and you become the solution. You explain your message, you show value, and then you ask for the sale. That's the biggest piece. That's why I put it so big, is because most people don't ask for the sale. I have a sales coach and I have a speaking coach, and they both told me you need to speak up and ask for the sale. You need to get on the phone. The phone is your friend. You need to talk. They're like, you can have all the automation you want. You can have all the email sequences you want. You can get the best logo, the best website. If you don't pick up the phone and ask people for the sale, you ain't gonna get it. That's a guarantee. So I have learned over the past 12 months to get on the phone and have conversations with people and talk to them about the problem, the solution, my message, my value, and it's either a yes or a no. There's no in between. If they understand the problem and you're the solution, and they understand your message and you show them the value, there really is no room for no, because they've already signed up. They've already come in. It's like that Sally relationship with Sophia. Like, she's my maid of honor at the wedding. Like, girl, I'm about to go to Cancun. Do you want to go? She's either going to say yes or no. I have to work that day, or go, let's go. I'm ride or die. Let's go. We're going to Cancun. Right? Think of the relationship as that. Okay, community. The most you can get on your Facebook personal page is 5,000 friends. Try to get to 5,000 friends. When I got to 5,000 friends last year, everything changed, because all of a sudden I became friends with people who had more, and then I got more, right? Start groups. If you have 100 people in your group, you're doing something, right? Your LinkedIn events. A lot of people don't even realize you can create a LinkedIn event and you can invite, I think it's like 250 people that they allow you to invite, and then they stop you and they're like, okay, don't invite no more right now. And then the next day you can invite more. What that does is people are either going to say, yes, I'm coming, or no, I'm not, right? Instagram, if you can get over 1,000, then you're doing something. Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, create a club, open up rooms, talk. Try to get your numbers over 100, right? That should be a goal. Like, in the next however many days you give yourself, take out your calendar and just increase it every week. Just try to get more and more and more. The eyeballs, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game like anything else, like selling cars, selling books is the same thing. Okay, on your 6-month anniversary, make sure you have another launch party, just to remind people, hey, I got this book over here. Those of you that haven't gotten it yet, come on. You should have a 1-year anniversary party, launch party. Show the cover, send out the link to buy. If you have another book out, go ahead and show both covers. Like, you keep the conversation going. If you have an event, give out books for free so that people get them in their hands and they're able to tell other people, look what I got. I got this for free. This is so cool. Speaking events, speak for free until you're tired of speaking for free, right? Just go talk everywhere. That's how you're going to get your sales. Coaching is the easiest way to sell your book and build your brand at the same time, is through coaching. People are going to come into your coaching program for your knowledge and expertise. But when you're not around, they're going to go read the book that you sent them, because that's their way of being connected to you when you're not around. Okay, now, once you start rolling in some cash, then there's some investments that are important for you to make. Okay. My sales coach tells me, and everybody else who's in her program, she says, build your business by making money first, and then build your brand. So she says, if you ain't making money, you ain't in business. So what you need to do is make some money, and then you can start branding with your logo and your website. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I made in the beginning, was trying to get this website and this logo and this sales funnel and the email sequence and all that stuff. She's like, just make some sales. Just get on the phone with people and make some sales. Then you can start worrying about running campaigns, running ads on Facebook. I was trying to do all of that. Oh no. Hire somebody to run ads, because some people know what they're doing, some people don't. So hire somebody for that. Hire somebody to set up your email sequences if you can, right? You can get cover designers, you can get a social media manager, you can hire an intellectual property lawyer, you can start trademarking things, you can create a patent, you can start buying ISBN numbers in bulk. I mean, so you could really just start cranking out books and have an ISBN ready. But that stuff, you shouldn't be doing all this stuff if you haven't made any money in your business, or if your sales are really low. This is stuff to do once you start having money. And once you start having money, you're going to feel like, oh, what should I be doing with this money? Like branding. Okay, summary. In summary, I know that was a lot of information. So you're going to write your book. You're going to get your book edited, get it formatted. You're going to build your list. You're going to publish your book. Notice I said you're going to build your list first. Then you're going to publish your book. Then you're going to promote. Then you're going to market. And then you're going to sell. And then you're going to allow your business to pay for your business. You're going to make money first and build your brand later. Okay, that's the summary. All right, now I have 2 courses inside of Teachable that I'm not going to be selling until the fall, because everybody who's in my cohort right now, I want them to focus on getting their books done. But know that coming up, there's going to be 2 courses that you can take, which talks about how to build an online course. It's broken down. And basically what you do is you build a course around your book, you teach from your book, you stay focused on your book. That's why you need a hook and a thesis and objectives, right? And Stephen Covey says, and Sean Covey says, begin with the end in mind. This training, ladies and gentlemen, was designed to help you plan your 12-month cycle after getting your first book done. So that is all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for sitting through these slides. I know it has been long. I normally do not like to have this many slides, but the question, Delshana, that you asked was so deep, and I felt like I had to do a thorough job. I could not just throw some things up here, because the answer to your question, how do I convert these leads into actual paid customers? How do I take these people from cold to warm to hot? You can't answer that question without really digging deep and going into the nitty gritty about the relationship. And that's the reason why I said Sally and Sophia, is because the relationship that you build with these folks is going to be for a lifetime, some of them. And so you really have to start planning long-term and short-term. This has to be a plan. It has to be an ongoing engine. This thing has to be an engine. It can't just be you throw spaghetti at the wall and then you hope that it sticks. I did that from 2017 to 2020. I was just throwing spaghetti at the wall. 2020, 2021 is when I learned from my coaches. Once I could get coaches, I learned that you don't throw spaghetti at the wall. Sit down and do a strategic plan and get the team members that you need to help you execute your plan, automate your business, and make passive income in your sleep. That's how people make money in their sleep. They have a team, they have a process, they have a plan. And in the beginning, it's just you. You're all of it. So thank you very much. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your attention. Have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. Send me feedback. Go to the website, myfirstbook.org. Send me feedback. Email me, ltthebuddyteacher@gmail.com. Any questions you have, if you want me to send you this presentation, I will happily do that. All right, y'all. LT is out. Bye-bye.